Good morning. It's Monday, April 13th. Got up this morning and instead of my work putting through the exception for me not coming in today as they have been, they went ahead and put in the exceptions for all this week and all next week. So I guess they're committing to it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's try and actually get some things accomplished. Like, I still have my work clothes just hanging here. Technically, this is where they hang to dry. That's my drying rack for laundry. They're dry, so I should, whatever, get those put away actually in the closet. As well as, like, do some laundry. You know, I got stuff, like, I've been just taking clothes out of the dryer as I go. I might as well put stuff away. I don't know. So I might do that, and then I was thinking probably also do some dishes. I finished the buffalo chicken dip yesterday, which means that dish is dirty, as well as some other stuff. You know, just whatever. But that dish is like it's like a special kind of material that can go right from the refrigerator to the oven to the refrigerator and not damage it. You know, because if you do that with like normal glass or something, it's gonna break. But that's like what allows me to heat it up and, you know, all that. So it's like that will have to be cleaned before I can make my second batch of buffalo chicken dip, which I'd kind of like to do. So I was like, better do dishes today, so that if not today, at least by tomorrow I can do that. So I got laundry all put away. I got dishes put away and then the dishwasher loaded. Otherwise, kind of hanging out. Been working on some of these minis, and as with a lot of these queers, I'm going to do like dry brushes, and I have a lot of these sort of pale green ones that I'm not positive what to do with. So on the spot that's going to get like covered and be opaque, so I'm going to put a layer of black on it. I've started testing various options. I'm not super happy with any of them, but I went with some yellow on this red, which this Tuft of Flame is the one that I did, like one of the very few minis painting videos on my gaming channel, which I should not do minis painting videos on my gaming channel because I'm really not all that good at painting minis. But one of the things that was particular is in fire, the yellow is going to be hotter than red. And the hotter temperature is going to be towards the center of the fire. So what I did with this is I tried to get the yellow paint to stick on the interior section instead of on the outside. Whereas on this one, I'm just sort of dry brushing the outside, which technically means that this one is wrong, but it's a lot easier and still looks just fine. But if you look at it, I'll turn the light. On this side, it's pretty subtle. And on this side, it's a fair bit more noticeable. That is one dry brush. That is two. And I might continue and see what three or until I'm really happy with it. But the fact that I did that means I'm going to gradually try, before I cover all the bottom sections in black and, you know, basically base it, I'm going to try a few different colors, you know, or a few different layers of it, see as it builds up how it looks. There's a gap right here. I tried gold. Gold did nothing. So I've started basing this one in black already. And I'm kind of trying something with it. I sort of thought to do it on the portal, but it wasn't sufficient. But with this, I'm putting some black paint on the bottom first. The idea being, and obviously I'd have to get more of it, but that if I put it over a light, which I don't know if I ever would, but I mean, ultimately this is, like, the base of this is like a ritual chamber, and there's like these ghostly figures coming out of it. I'm like, that'd be cool if I could light that up. And as I'm moving towards like the terrain and such, it's not impossible for me to get a little square that has a light in it that I could set right on top of and be illuminated. So I mean that could be a cool centerpiece. And basically the only difference is making sure that the bottom of it has is still see-through right in the section where the light should come up. So we'll see. But yeah, just kind of got some stuff accomplished playing with minis. Thinking maybe I should start thinking of other stuff to get accomplished, but we'll see. And I have come up with an idea of something I can get done, I can accomplish. Now, generally, when I play D&D with my buddies, I have sort of my area where things go, and I make a mess of it, and I don't clean it up until the end of the game. It's just generally how that runs. By which, that means the pawns that are used for the game just kind of go out and they stay out. Same with spell and item cards. Things that I probably won't need again, but because of how much work it is to put everything away, I'm like, why not just wait until I can actually put it all away? For example, these things right here and these things right here, I will need those all for my next session. However, I have like 1 or 2 sessions left in that game, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and put this stuff away now. Leaving out only what I need. It'll be little enough that it won't be a huge deal to put it away later. But, you know, I got the pawns and the cards and extra dice and stuff. Furthermore, I have, say, the stuff over here, things that I've bought, that doesn't really go there, but I need to kind of rearrange some things before it has a spot. And I'm thinking maybe doing a little rearranging as well. I'm not really sure. I'll kind of decide that as I go, but I mean, to start, I'm just going to get things put away. Part of me was thinking, when I came up with the idea of cleaning this up, like, okay, so I'll clean up some of the stuff over here, and then maybe I'll move on to, like, moving some stuff around and rearranging some stuff on the shelves. But that's until I got out just the pawns. Not the cards, not tidying up the maps, not rearranging the stuff that hasn't really been put in its spot. Just the pawns and separating out the clear ones and putting those back. Just the pawns that I have used during this campaign. So basically you have to be all organized based on what set they came out of. And then I'll know which binders to get out and put them in. Admittedly, this is the longest campaign that I've, like, since I've been filming my games. Possibly one of the longest games I've ran total. But yeah, it's definitely on the more extensive side. I've been going for quite a while. And in general, every time I've pulled stuff out, it's stayed out. So, I guess it makes sense, but it's like, oh, that's a lot. And it doesn't look quite so unmanageable once they've all been stacked up. A lot of them are just from the main book. But I'm going to start putting them away. And alright, so I've got them all put where they go. Of my stack here, these ones I didn't have any pawns from. This one being one that I got fairly recently. These ones I did. And many of these I have like little labels in the sides, but some of them I just have like this, which is an empty side and the sleeve they came in just sort of stuffed in there. Now, it's because all the ones that I have there, I'd scanned the sides of these at the beginning and printed them out. But I've been wondering if I just basically cut this apart, will it work? Theoretically, it should. But, you know, of course, it's a risk if I do that. I'm going to give it a shot with that one because I have this second copy of that sitting here. So it's like I already have a backup. It doesn't matter. I have a second one because whatever, it was on sale for $5 and Dustin picked it up for me at some point. He was like, hey, I found this for cheap. Take it. You use these. Very nice, but it leaves me with a backup, so I'll give it a shot and see if I can get that working. You know, make some progress with organizing these while I'm doing all this. That shelf down there's almost empty. But I kind of want to move some things around. This is taking longer than I would have wanted. And it worked. And also meant that I could use the other sides to wrap around there. So that's pretty nice. I might do that with some of the other ones that are in the same situation. And then I think instead of putting them back on this shelf, I'm going to start moving things around because I don't want them on that shelf. I want them on this shelf. I have this whole area set up for me to run a game, and I don't pull from these very frequently in the middle of the game because they're just binders upon binders of things to look through. Basically, if I don't already have it pulled out and ready, it's not getting used. So I'm going to move them here onto this shelf, since I use them a little less frequently, to give an easier to access shelf a little more priority for something else, I guess. Okay. Even after getting everything sorted, that took much longer than I would have thought. Wow. But I have one shelf done. Of course, some of these over here I need binders for still, but I mean, I don't have the binders, so that'll do for now. Looks nice. Now I still have lots of cards to put away and just stuff. This apparently was more than a single day job. Really, more than a half day job, as I was halfway through my day when I decided about it. Didn't get a whole lot done with the minis, and well, it's dark out, it's late, so probably not going to get a whole lot more done with them. In fact, as it is getting late, I was gonna try and figure out something to make dinner, but I do have one more frozen pizza, and that'll be the easiest option, so I'll just make that. And so I got a frozen pizza. That'll do. It'll fill me up, tidy some things up, and get to bed. Time got away from me. Did not quite accomplish nearly as much as I wanted today, but I did get a fair few things done. I spent my day accomplishing things, even though, in the end, I wish I would have done more. I feel I at least did a lot. You know, I did as much as the time allowed, I guess. Oh well. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye.